Will you remind me of that?
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't have this on, and I know that was important.
Yeah.
I said, who is this? And they said, this is Auxil. And he's reminding me of the split between 3D and 5D. And he's saying that that energy is very palpable right now. Like, you can really feel it. He's showing me how, like, 3D is really triggering a lot of the light workers because of the fact that within the split of these two realities, there's a split in the reality within these light workers. We have been very programmed into the 3D way of life. And within discovering these new aspects of ourselves, we have placed very big desires to become more. But when we keep our focus on what has been, we repeat these cycles of, like, non-evolution. And they're saying that that's a lot of the energy that's being felt right now. Is a lot of this, it feels very cycled. He's saying the only way that we're going to break out of this kind of monotony is to really embody and integrate these fifth dimensional aspects of ourselves. And that's what he really wanted to talk to me about today.
So that's the significance in really in meditating and getting calm to allow the new attributes to come in.
To understand what they are and then begin to practice them here. Like, he's saying that what we were talking about yesterday was my fears, and how at the root of all of this, the only thing that's holding me back in every area is like fear. And if I stand in the place where that fear is from the highest version of me and reclaim my truth, I will shift. And he's saying that there are two different ways that we can go about relinquishing these fears that hold us back. And this is where a lot of light workers tend to self-sabotage themselves. You can go about it through being very aware of your thoughts and reminding yourself in every now moment to choose your truth. Or you can just begin to program yourself into these higher aspects of who you are and these higher beliefs and really let everything fall away. But we can't do both. And when we do both, when we try to do both, we let the fear win because we're splitting our energy. So this really cleared things up for me yesterday. I mean, I didn't like the way that felt, to really acknowledge my fears and recognize that they're not my truth.
What was your fear?
Which one? You know, I mean, in all aspects of my life, there's a fear that's holding me back. And it's my relationship to that fear that's going to allow me to move into this fifth dimensional space that I want to be in. And that goes for all of us, you know. What's my fear with spirituality? Being as powerful as I know I am. Not knowing what that holds. What those changes look like when I'm the only one in that space. Fear of abundance, having to really step into this place of being worthy. Relationships, having to deal with thoughts and feelings. Every single thing in our life, there's this basis of fear, and it's a subconscious basis of fear that we have developed over time as a protection. So in recognizing these fears, Auxil's trying to now show me how to move forward. Like when you're ready to really let those fears go. You know, you can get so mad at the world about the things that aren't working out, but when it all comes down to it, if you really want to be the creator of your reality, what are you going to release and let go of so that you can become this new manifestation of yourself? Because while it seems so easy, we cling to these habits, we cling to these patterns, and we don't want to look at them, because when we don't look at them, that means that our world stays the same. It stays comfortable. It stays where we need it to be so that we can find this internal balance. But that's not 5D. So I'm trying to teach her that if she just lets go and steps into this new space where fear doesn't exist, you can really expect the universe to deliver the best to you all the time. Because you're delivering the best to you all the time. It's the ultimate self-love. It's the ultimate creation. You give yourself your dreams when you do this. And this is kind of this tipping point that all light workers are in right now. You have to be willing to let who you think you are go completely. And it takes a full relinquishing, however you say that, of your ego. To be okay with everything that comes with this new and beautiful being that you are becoming, and the life that you are actually asking for. Because you cannot ask for this beautiful, grandiose, high vibrational existence and cling to your attachments. And the light workers currently are going through major heart chakra activations so that they can really settle into this self-love and this self-worth and self-respect that is asked of you as you come into this new person, this new high vibrational person. And we're asking that Crystal begins to create this life. Things are not going to feel fulfilling if she doesn't. She's going to continue to hold resistance in her body if she chooses to not move in the direction of the things that she's asking for, because the desire is very strong. But the resistance is just as strong. So you have to choose one. And she's finding that this is where her power is.
So that's where that feeling of something was missing was coming from last week.
Yeah, because she's missing in that space. And we want her to wake up every morning and exude this high vibrational being that she feels within her, and experience it for once without fear. See what inspirations come. See what ideas are ready for you. You can't tune into what's next and cling on to what has been. Whether it is an idea, a belief system, a worry. Humans cannot move forward and cling to all that has been. You have to be willing to be a clean slate and create from these new energies that you're understanding yourself to be. The resistance within is because you're ready and you're not going. And that's just fear. Now, these fears are being amplified within the Lightworking Collective because they're being really ignited within humanity. And that vibration of fear can be felt by all who are sensitive. And for the unawakened, it'll show up as fears about things in their life because they will need attachment. And for the light workers, it'll show up as fear of moving forward and confusion, lack of clarity.
So it seems really simple then to just, start your day in alignment, meditate, relax. And if you start your day in that amplified space and then, be open to receiving the next inspiration. What's next? And you start off that way and go as long as you can until you...
It's not about going as long as you can anymore. You've integrated.
You're really not look back.
That's an excuse based on fear. It's just time to become who you are. And the real dedication here is to be open and willing in every moment. And that's where the releasing of these fears come in. Because what is your fear in that space? It's the fear of being as powerful as you know you are. What does that look like? What does that feel like? When you really are ready for what you are wanting, you will find yourself willing to let go of everything. We don't want you to go as long as you can. We want you to be who you are, not who society needs you to be, or the people around you. Who do you need you to be? What does the fifth dimensional world look like if you were to begin living that right now?
Free, fun, playful.
Yes, passionate, learning, knowledge, exploration,
adventure,
discovery. Yeah. And so all of that existing within your multi-dimensional self would look like a lot more contact, a lot more conversation, a lot more quiet time, a lot more channeling messages for yourself, bringing in light language for yourself, bringing in what you need in the moments that you need it, because you know exactly what you're doing. The more that you open your heart and surrender, the more this will feel natural. You are not killing your ego, but you're firing it. It's no longer in control. Find ways to integrate more and more of a high vibrational living, being more grateful in the now to now moment, acknowledging the energy that your food is giving to you and finding gratitude in it. Acknowledging the strength of your body throughout the day and communicating with your cells in appreciation. Be the being that you know yourself to be. It's not pretend just because you cannot see the outcome at this time. The energy that you're working with is still existing and moving because of your command. Whether you have the belief of it or not, you're very powerful beings.
So we're commanding energy when we're in appreciation, when we're acknowledging our focus.
You're commanding your energy into the higher frequencies when you spend time in gratitude and appreciation. And in return, the universe gives you your desire at that matched frequency. You're commanding your energy to communicate with the things around you and bringing yourself into a state of love while you play in that space. Imagine what the plants are telling you. The dogs, the birds, speaking telepathically with Crystal. Command your energy in those spaces. You can exist in a third dimensional reality with your physical body and keep your consciousness in a fifth dimensional space because you are multidimensional.